Morning, guys. It's Billy Riles with Ground Zero Equipment, where we do hydro mulching and land clearing, and All American Equipment Rental, where I rent out small skid steers, small mini excavators for the general normal person like me, your regular blue collar working class people. I do have nice equipment here. I want to go over a few things today. General knowledge of what we do, what we offer, pricing, why pricing is the way it's at, competitors. You're not out there trying to really compete. Me, I want to let my work define itself because there's a difference between quality and quantity. The rates, whenever you find somebody that's got a super cheaper rate, but your end result isn't what you wanted, versus you paying a little more by the hour, and your end result ended up being less hours for better work, versus more hours that cost more for a lesser rate. A lot of people don't really interpret and acknowledge those principles of how that works, and it's kind of common sense and math you got to kind of put together and kind of think about it, how you want to go about it. Some people can't afford it. The forestry stuff that I've gotten into is more for quality, and we can do big acreage, pipelines, right-of-ways, fence lines, personal property, residential, commercial. We do all of those, and I do it with this machine right here. This right here is a commercial machine. It is designed for forestry, mulching only. It's on steel tracks. I'm running one of the best heads that you can have quality wise, which is a Denis Cimaf. The cutter bits I use are quality. The end result is there's not going to be anything left on the ground. You don't have the leftover mess of whenever you hire a land clearing company to come in, and they come in and push over all the trees, and you got big holes left, you got stumps, your land's totally tore up. If you want it clean, cleared out to the ground where you ain't got to worry about running over with a lawnmower, your best bet is to get a machine like this, hire somebody, and pay their rates. The bad thing about it is you got everybody trying to beat everybody in rates. That's kind of a bad thing. The reason I'm saying is it messes the market up. It messes the market up for everybody, to where you got John Doe comes in there with his small little skid steer and his cheap little cutter that doesn't end up doing the job the way the customer wants it done. The end result is bad. They didn't save money, because what's happened is that they've left a mess to where someone like me is going to have to get hired to come back in, and the first day rate's always the highest. Then after that, it's by the hour. Bidding the job in whole is pretty tough to do when you don't know what to expect and what kind of property you're going to be on. If you got hidden metal underneath stuff, if someone's ever lived on it before. One piece of rebar in one of these cutter heads could cost you $3,000 or $4,000 right off the bat and destroy every one of your cutters. And that's bad. And nobody wants that for anybody. As far as pricing, my pricing is going to be a little bit higher than your guy coming in with your little bitty equipment, and somebody's trying to save $300 or $400, $500, and that's where it comes down to the quality. You might have saved a little bit, but you're not going to get, your end result's not going to be what I can do, or what anybody in this field can do. To me, it's not out there trying to beat someone's price. It's out there trying to do a good job and make a name for myself. Let the machine do its work, and a lot of people understand that. The ones that don't, well, they're the ones that end up really unhappy. It costs them. Now they got to hire somebody to come back in there and finish the work. whenever you call me or ask me for a rate, a lot of times if you're within the area, I can come and bid a job, but I'm going to let you know up front what the cost is on a first day move in, because we got equipment move in. There's big insurances that you got to have on this. Liability, you need to hire a company that's got a general liability. They're insured, bonded, all that. If you don't, anything that happens on there, tree falls down, somebody's going to be liable. You need to hire somebody that tries to follow by the book, and wants to do it right and want to please the customer. Then after that, it's a hour rate, and I base my stuff off of about an 8-hour day. And that 8-hour day is per hour. And then when we get ready to move out, there's a equipment move out fee. It costs a lot to run one of these things. A full day with this machine, 8 hours, you're using $300 in gas right off the bat. I mean, there ain't no stopping it. Then you got all your wear and tear. You got your transportation. You're going back and forth each day. Your insurances, all that gets cut all up for what it costs you the whole year. And you got to put back. There's a lot of maintenance that goes involved in here. There's nothing cheap about it. So the person owning and buying and running these machines, it's costing them a lot of money. And if you think you're paying a lot to have it cleared, you need to, if you can understand it and figure it out, you can be on the other side of the flip side of the table. And then most people don't want to do this because of the fact they don't know what they're getting into whenever they get into this. It's very, very, very costly. There's nothing cheap about it. Lots of maintenance, lots of time and hours involved in that daily and weekly. So the other thing I offer is All American Equipment Rental is attached to Ground Zero Equipment and Services. We rent out mini skid steers with buckets and grapples. We don't offer the other hydro mulching attachments because of general liability reasons, and insurances are high. A lot of people get on these things and think you can just plow over stuff and all of a sudden you done messed the mulcher up for the little skid steer. And there's about $18,000 for a good mulcher. The heads on these big cutters right here, you get a quality head, you can pay up $70,000, $80,000 easy, and that's on these top heads. They got heads and bigger machines out there that's up north. Cost you a couple $100,000. So we rent out mini excavators. We got small excavators we rent out. You can get your size bucket, 12-inch or 2-foot. My equipment's nice. I keep it nice. I stay on top of things. I got a lot of repeats. I stay on top of my stuff, maintenance-wise. And I got some good people that not are just loyal to their need. They're loyal to me on my side because I'm the little guy. I'm doing it. I'm by myself. I'm non-corporate. I'm not in with nobody. I've saved for years working up to this. Started from the bottom with nothing but a lawnmower and just keep going and going. And I work another full-time job on top of that. I've got a truck and trailer that pulls all these. It's got insurances on them too that's got to be paid each month. But as far as the small equipment rental, the mini excavator comes with 2 different size buckets. You can also get you a grapple for it. A lot of them want to try to grab with that and use that grapple to load stuff, dig. You can do your plumbing, grading. It's got a dozer blade on it. It's oscillating dozer blade. You can backfill. The mini excavator is a 7,500 pound mini excavator. It's very fast, beneficial. It's by Kubota. You can do your plumbing. You can do setting in, grading new lines. You can, a lot of things you can do with it. A lot of clearing and grading and loading stuff. And same thing with the skid steer. Skid steer is real good for forestry whenever you're chopping up logs and all that and carrying it, trying to load trucks, load brush, put stuff into piles. You can back grade with it. But I don't rent out the mulchers that go on them because of general liability. It costs a lot, and if I get to that point, it's going to cost a lot for a deposit to cover myself and to cover the machinery. But as far as that, I'm out of Conroe, Texas. I'm listed on Facebook. You can find me under All American Equipment Rental or Ground Zero Equipment and Services, All American Equipment Rental. I can travel up to 150-mile radius is about what I'll do. I can give you a hard quote over the phone, and then if you're within area to come kind of look at a job and let you know where we're at, I can come do that too. And I'd like to earn your work. I'd like to earn your work and get out there and make you happy and get your land cleared up. I got a couple of videos out there that show a little bit of what it can do and the end result, which is very, very pleasing the most. So if you have any questions, you can message me or text me on Facebook, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you.